up? Hey, y'all. I'm on my computer. We're about to do yoga. What's up, Eddie? Diamonds, I see you. Y'all say something to me. Say something to me. Hi, friends. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Peace and harmony. Hi. I'm so glad you're here. Maybe you want to practice yoga with me this evening. We're doing minimum daily requirements, which minimum daily requirements is we're going to be doing sun salutations A and B, and then some other different movements also. So this is like your grounding postures to help with continuing your practice. So that's what we got going on. Thank you. I'm still coming to comment. Don't worry. Like, it's just not happening yet, but I'm coming. Thanks for joining. Maybe you want to come and get this flowing. So I'm gonna get ready to go on my mat. Let's see what we got. Just gonna do some adjusting. We're in the studio today. No, or my hotel. We're in my hotel. My hotel just has like a studio. Beautiful. Okay, well, I aspire to have a studio like down the line, so that's what you guys are seeing. Like, this is aspirations. My aspirations are to have a studio. So you joining me here is a part of the journey. So, hi, I have someone on YouTube. So we're gonna get prepared to get on our mat, and I'm gonna give some opening remarks. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Allison with Sunflower Collective Yoga. So thank you for joining. We're gonna do minimum daily requirements today. So we're gonna be practicing our sun salutations A and B with some other flow movements. I teach rocket yoga, and I also teach vinyasa. So that's what you get on my channel here. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Please do leave me any comments after the practice. I'll put in the description box my Instagram handle and also my email. So you can always shoot me an email if you would like to. Also, just a little quick thing, like and subscribe helps me out on my journey, and let's meet on the mat. So we're going to meet on our mat. Let's have a seat. So you can sit cross-legged, or you can sit however is comfortable. If you like to use blocks or straps during practice, just have those next to you. So we're going to start cross-legged. Let's bring our hands to heart center. We're going to do a couple breaths. So let's start out with a deep breath in, out through the mouth. Again, breathe in, out through the mouth. One last time, we're going to breathe out through the nose this time. Breathe in, out. The breath is always the consistent in practice, and it is what keeps us moving. Minimum daily requirements is not a super long practice. Again, it is a part of the practice that you can do every day. You can do an hour, 2 hour, how many hours of yoga every day. But really just showing up on your mat is number one. So always remember that, showing up on your mat. Yoga is a lifelong practice. It takes your life to master yoga. So also remember that you're not gonna be an overnight yogi success. Maybe you will be. But just remember to keep yourself present and open to the journey. So how about we come into child's pose? So child's pose, you're gonna come down on your legs are spread out. Hands down, they're nice and wide. Forehead to the mat. Couple breaths right here. Thanks for joining me this evening. 2 more breaths in this position. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Let's come into downward facing dog. We're going to do a little bit of movement so you can bend your knees. Make sure your hands are wide and flat on your mat. You can bend your knees and just pedal it out. We're just warming up right now before we start our flow. You can move your feet side to side, whatever feels more comfortable. You can also be in a still position. So bend your knees, pressing those hands. Beautiful. Come to stillness. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Release. Rise all the way on up to the top. And hands to heart center. Beautiful. So we're going to go through our flow. We're going to start with our sun A's. I'll give some modifications. But we're going to continue to flow. Please take what feels good for you. And again, don't do anything that hurts or anything. If something doesn't feel great, please reach out to me afterwards. I also like suggestions, so if you have something you'd like to practice during class, just shoot me a message and I will incorporate that into yoga class. So we're going to face forward, standing at the top of our mat. Hands out to the side. Tadasana. And rise all the way up. Bring those arms all the way up together. If you'd like, you can get a little back bend right here. Or just take your chin and look back. And we're going to fold all the way down. Come up halfway. You can put your hands on your shins and look up halfway. And then fold. And vinyasa. So you can step back or you can jump back. So when we step back, we step back. You can go into chaturanga or you can bring your knees down. And then knees, chest, chin, come on up, upward facing dog. Your legs can be on the ground, or you can be upward facing dog, or your legs are off the ground. And then downward facing dog. Five breaths right here. Four, 5. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway, fold, and rise all the way on up to the top. A little back bended, hands to heart center. Beautiful, we're going to keep flowing. Hands up, and fold, up halfway, release, vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. And you can add your own movement in that feels good for you. You can stay still. You can bend your knees, come back and forth. You can go up to three-legged dog. You can bend that leg. Maybe you want to do that pose. That I necessarily fallen angel, back in the downward dog. Any movement. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up to the top. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. And arms going up. Fold. Up halfway. And vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. You did something on one side, you can do it on the opposite side. One more breath. Come back to a neutral pose. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up to the top. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. I know y'all are moving great on your side. And arms up. And fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Maybe you want to come onto your forearms. Hands are wide. Bend your knees. Don't let lock your knees out. One more breath. Come back to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up to the top. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Last sunny. Arms up. Fold. Up halfway. Fold. Vinyasa. Step back, jump back. Whatever is in your practice. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Roll over those feet into down dog. 5 breaths again. Whatever position feels good for you. Don't lock your knees out. Your soft gaze can be looking at your toes, or you can be looking forward at your fingernails. One more breath. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise to the top. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to start our sun B's. We'll incorporate some more movement into our sun salutation B. So arms up, chair pose. So your toes or your feet can be touching. There can be like a little space in between. Your hips go back, but you're like, it's like a little switch. You're tucking it under. Arms up. Hands can be with or they can be together, whichever feels better. And release. Up halfway. And vinyasas. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right leg forward, warrior one. So your right leg's forward, your knees are, you should be able to see your big toe. The foot is at a 45-degree angle. Arms are up, warrior one. Hips facing forward, thigh headlights. Chin can be pointing up, or you can be looking forward. And hands down, vinyasa. You can lift your leg if you'd like to, if that's in your practice. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, warrior one. And hands down, vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here. Again, you can do those poses that I just said. You can do a forearm stand. You can go into a different posture. 3-legged dog. Whatever feels good for you. 5 breaths. One more breath. Come back to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. And fold back down. Up halfway. And fold, vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. I know you're doing great. Warrior one. Warrior one. Hands up. Look back. And vinyasa. Hands on down to the ground. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Arms up. Warrior one. And hands down. Vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. You hold stillness and come down the forearms. One more breath. Come back to your neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Release. Chair pose, come on up into that chair. Beautiful. I can see you mentally. I'm very intuitive. I'm very intuitive. And look up and fold. Back down. Up halfway. And fold vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Showing up is half the battle, everyone. Showing up. Right leg forward, warrior one. Hands up and vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Warrior one. And hands down. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Showing up for yourself is one of the hardest things you can do. Even though we don't think showing up for ourselves is hard, it is. A consistent practice takes consistent dedication. Keep breathing. Yoga is always ready to meet you where you're at. One more breath. Come to a neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Come into that chair. Beautiful. And fold. Come up halfway. Fold down. Vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. You're going to be pro here soon. Right leg forward. Warrior one. Remember, pro has time because you mastered the practice. And vinyasa, hands down. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward. Arms up. And vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Whether you're advanced or new, beginner, whatever level you're at, you're in the right place. We all start somewhere, we all show up somewhere. My love for yoga is the reason why I teach. I just feel very connected to the practice. I do things that I never thought I would be doing because I do yoga. And I have a consistent practice, so don't beat yourself up over consistent, just show up. Come into neutral position, last breath. Bend your knees, step or hop forward. Come up halfway, fold. Chair pose, last one for the series, beautiful. And fold, up halfway, fold, vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. And hands down, vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward, warrior one. And hands down, vinyasa. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Get those last movements in. I'm always fascinated in how the body moves and how our mind can either play tricks on us to let us know, oh, we don't have to show up today. No, show up every day. Even when you don't want to show up. Even if sitting on the mat means you're just sitting on the mat, you're laying on the mat, you're still showing up. Every day will not be the same. And I encourage you not only to get on the mat, but get your walks in, get your 1 mile in a day, get your physical fitness in. We all want to stay our healthy human selves. And through taking care of yourself is how you can give back to everyone around you. Last breath. Come back to neutral position. Bend your knees. Step or hop forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Chair pose. Beautiful. And all the way on up. Hands to heart center. Beautiful. Beautiful, everyone. Let's just get a little movement in. You can just move those arms like that for a couple seconds. We're just getting a little mobility movement. Nice. And then we'll come back to center. We're going to do some forward holds. We're going to practice holding, doing a little forward fold. We're going to grab our toes. So take your arms up. And you're going to fold. So take your 2 fingers and grab in between your big toes. So you can bend your knees. They don't need to be locked out. Elbows will be at the side. Those toes should be pushing down. So you're getting a nice stretch. Release. Nice. Now we're going to put our hands underneath our foot. So you're going to try to get up to your wrist all the way under your foot. If you can, start wherever you go. So we're going to take our hands underneath our feet. And you're just putting pressure when you're pushing those toes down on that hand. Depending how flexible you are, this will feel good or it won't. But keep breathing. We do a lot of things we don't want to do every day. One more. And release those hands. Nice. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way on up. Beautiful. Hands to heart center. Come back to the top of your mat. You're not at the top. We're going to come into chair, half chair. So bring your arms up. We're going to do half chair. So take your fingers together, bind your fingers together, and flip the hand out. So you're pressing your hands out. And you're going to sit into your chair pose. Your hands are pressing out. This is called half chair. Push into those hands, push that buns back, and fold, up halfway, and vinyasa. Step back and jump back, knees, chest, chin, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right leg forward, warrior one. So bring these arms up. Warrior two, so open to the side that you're on, the right side. Point those fingers opposite directions. Nice stretch right here. This knee should be pointing out. You should be kissing your toes again. Look forward to those top fingers. Peaceful warrior. So you're going to take your left hand, you can take it down your back leg and pull back. It's a nice bend right there. If you're able to, you can take that left hand around your back like you're trying to grab your pant pocket on your right side. I don't wear pants, but if you're trying to grab that pocket, take that hand around, grab the pocket. Just go to where you can go. Nice, peaceful warrior, that's what position we're in. And release, back to warrior 2. Now we're going to go to side angle, so you're going to take that right elbow onto your left knee, your right knee. Your left hand is at an angle above your head. Beautiful. And we're going to take that right hand down. This is like where it's good to have a block or something that meets you. Maybe you don't have any blocks, a book or something. Good. Let's take that left hand down too. We're just going to come up on the left foot. You're going to runner's lunge. Beautiful. And go ahead and vinyasa. So just take that left leg back, that right leg back, and vinyasa. Knees, chest, chin. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And if that's kind of difficult, you can always come down on one leg, so you're not like balancing on two. Step that left leg forward. Warrior 1. Beautiful. And open up to warrior 2. Stretch those fingers, nice. And peaceful warrior. So you can take the right hand down your right leg, left hand back in the air, or you can grab that pocket. Get that money out of the pocket. Beautiful. And back to warrior 2. And side angle. So bring that left elbow down. Right hand is over at an angle of your head. You're not dumping all your weight to your left side. It's like a light. You should be able to keep moving them. And take that right hand down. We're in runner's lunge. Take both those hands down. Nice. If you needed to, you can take that knee down. And step back into vinyasa. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Step rock forward. Come up halfway. Fold. Rise all the way up to the top. Bring those hands up. And bring those hands back down to heart center. Beautiful. We're going to do a couple more poses. We're going to do some balancing before we come down to the mat. So let's take our right leg. We're going to take our right leg up. And we're going to take our hand and we're just going to grab it. Your left hand is on your hip. Right hand is on your knee. Foot is flexed. Your breath is the consistent. If you come in and out of the pose, that means you're doing great because you're working it. Beautiful. Let's open that up to the side. Keep breathing. And back to the front, both hands on your hips. And put that right foot down, beautiful. Left leg is up. Left hand is on your knee. Right hand is on your hips. And let's open it out to the side. Beautiful, and back to the front and center, both hands on your hips. And release, bring that foot to the ground, beautiful. Next we're gonna do another standing posture. So you're gonna bring your right leg up. So you can bring it onto your calf like this. You can bring it above your knee, tucked in. Your hands can be at your heart center. If you're a very balanced person, you can bring your hands up. Whatever feels good for you. But meet yourself wherever you are. Maybe you even need to put your foot on the ground and it's just kind of propped up against your leg. That is also a great place to be. So take whatever works for you. A couple breaths here. Fall in and out of position, it is totally fine. Remember, we're all starting somewhere. And come on back down to neutral position. Let's do the left side. So go right on into the position. And release back down. Beautiful. Let's do an A and B stretch. So you're gonna be facing the long side of your mat. Take your hands out wide. You're gonna put your hands on your hip, and we're just gonna fold. So if you need to come out wider, you can most definitely come out wider. So you're just gonna fold on down. Bring your hands down to the ground. You can start moving your hands back. So your hands are in alignment with your heels. If that feels good, and you have stability. Keep breathing. Come down as much as you can. Maybe your legs can go wider. Maybe you'd like to try the tripod headstand. If you can bring your head down to the ground and your your hands can align by your feet. Nice. Bring your hands into your hip. Come up halfway and rise all the way on up. Nice. You can bring your feet in a little more. Scooch in. Next, we're going to do a B position. So you can take your hands behind your back. So you can either be in prayer position. So as you can see right here, and your heels are touching. Your heels of your hands are touching when you're in prayer position. Or take opposite elbow. Okay. And when you figure out which position feels good for you, we are going to bend again. So, and fold right on over. One more breath. Come up halfway and rise all the way on up. Beautiful. Release your hands. Hands to heart center. Nice. So we're going to bring our feet together And we're gonna come on down to the ground. We're gonna do a couple more poses before Shavasana. So right onto the ground. We're gonna do bridge pose. So bridge pose, you can be like this. And when you go into the bridge, you want to bring your feet in a little closer to your bum, as close as you can get. And we're going to come on up. This is bridge pose. You can scoot your shoulders, arms, then go under your body some more. It's like giving you more lift. Hands are on the ground. And release. Come on down. Nice. We're going to do 2 more. If you're called, you can do wheel. You'll see me go into wheel. It's whatever you're comfortable with. All right. And go on up, bridge or wheel. And release, come on back down, nice and slow. One more pose, wheel or bridge, whatever is calling to you. And go on up. And release, back on down. Beautiful. Baddha. So bring your feet, the soles of your feet together, your knees are out wide. Feet are together, knees are out wide. You can put your hands on your thighs or wherever they reach. Give yourself just like a little self-assisted, kind of like a little push, a little stretch right there. You don't have to push too hard, just like really light. Or don't push at all. Beautiful. Bring those knees on up. We're going to do some twists. So bring those feet together. And we're going to twist to the right side. So take your legs right up to the right. You can take your right hand on top of your knee, left hand is out the other way, and your eyes are looking towards your left hand. Nice twist right here. And if you don't feel anything, you can always bring your legs up more. You can take your left leg straight, right leg straight, excuse me. You can take your left leg straight though. It's like you're a big L or one leg's out. Just some more movements. Or stay in the position you're in. And bring those knees on up. We're going to switch sides. So switch on over to your other side. Feels good. You can put your left hand on top of your knees. Make sure you look at that right hand, opposite hand. You can avoid that twisted. Beautiful. And come back to center. And give you a couple minutes to have some self-exploration, some movement you'd like to do. Maybe you'd like to roll like a ball. Maybe you'd like to put your feet up. This is like your feet up the wall. You can put your hands underneath your bum in a diamond. And that'll help. Maybe you have a wall close to you. You can put your feet up the wall. Maybe you have an inversion practice, so you'd like to do headstand, tripod. Maybe you'd like to do another vinyasa. Whatever is calling to you, this is the time. A couple more breaths. And come back to your neutral position. Shavasana. So just lay on your back. Hands are out. Legs are out. Total relaxation pose. You can also be in this pose with your feet up the wall. I love feet up the wall. Feet up the wall is an inversion. Should do inversions every day. Shavasana. You can stay in this position as long as you like. Start wiggling your fingers and toes. Take your arms overhead, get a nice stretch in. Point those feet in the arms, and beautiful. And then go to your right or left side into a fetal position, whatever feels better. Push yourself on up into a seated pose. You can cross your legs. You don't have to cross your legs. You can have a loose sit posture, whatever feels good. We're just taking our hands to heart center. We're going to end with an Om. So we're going to breathe in and just release out. We're going to breathe in to Om. Breathe in. Thank you for showing up today. Thank you for trusting me to guide you. You did the work. I'm just here guiding you. So honor your presence every day. The light in me shines in you. Ashe. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone. Please like and subscribe. Invite others to the stream. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. 7 p.m. EST. If you guys have any questions, again, my information will be in the description after the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope the class was great. Any feedback is the best feedback I can receive. So I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you, Indie Glam Rock. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, everyone. Again, follow me on YouTube and also on Instagram. Have a great evening and happy holidays.